Hello everyone, this is Dharmendra Singh from your YouTube channel English Probe. Today I am going to explain you some important points as well as some important question answers of chapter The Making of a Scientist, which is very important for your board examination. This lesson has been written by Robert W. Patterson. So without wasting time, let us begin with some important points of the lesson. So if we talk about this lesson, what the lesson is about. So the main point of the lessons are like this. At the age of 22, Richard H. Ebright excited the scientific world with his new theory. And what was his new theory? It was how cells work. So this new theory he gave at the age of 22 only, and this excited the world. Being alone with no friends or siblings as a child. When he was a child, he had no friends, no siblings. He was the only child of his parents. So Ebright developed a passion for collecting things like rocks, fossils, coins and butterflies. His mother encouraged his interest in learning by providing him telescope, microscope, cameras, mounting material and other such equipments just to enhance in his knowledge as well as some activities. By the time Ebright was in second grade, he had collected all 25 species of butterflies found around his hometown. Means जितनी भी उनके hometown के आसपास जितनी भी इस butterflies की species पाई जाती थी, सब की सब 25 almost they were there. So all the 25 species of butterflies he had collected only when he was in second grade. जब class second में ही थे तब तक उन्होंने ये achievement पा लिया था. The book The Travels of Monarch X, got by his mother, opened the world of science to Ebright. Ebright के सामने पूरा साइंस का पूरा वर्ड ओपन हो गया when he studied the book given to him by his mother, the book titled as The Travels of Monarch X. Ebright raised thousands of butterflies in his basement, tagged them and released them to study their migration that he did on butterflies. In his 7th grade, he entered a county science fair. When he was in 7th grade, then he just got an idea to enter county science fair, but because it was his first chance, so he lost. And then he learned that the real science is to do real experiments. तब उन्होंने साइंस के बारे में रियलिटी जो साइंस की है वो समझी कि what is real science. It is about doing the real experiment, not the displaying of simple slides. क्योंकि वहां पर उन्होंने स्लाइड तैयार की थी frog tissues को लेकर के. That was very simple and it did not get any kind of prize, but it gave him a lesson what is the real science. So real science, he understood that the real science is to do some real life experiments. So he wrote to Dr. Urquhart for ideas, who suggested him a stack of experiments. उन्होंने फिर सजेशन के लिए डॉक्टर अर्कार्ट को एक लेटर लिखा जिसमें उन्होंने बहुत सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट्स जो उन्होंने सजेस्ट किए, and those experiments led him to win prizes in county as well as international science fair. He tested the theory of viceroy butterflies look like monarch, so they remain protected from being birds prey. उन्होंने ऐसा एक theory को टेस्ट किया कि viceroy butterflies monarch butterflies की जैसी दिखती हैं, and because birds do not like the taste of monarch butterflies, and that is why viceroy butterflies are also benefited because of this look that they have like monarch. He discovered an unknown insect hormone which led to the theory of cell life. उन्होंने फिर जो है प्यूपा के ऊपर जो गोल्डन स्पॉट्स होते हैं उनको उन्होंने एग्जामिन किया और उसके बाद में एक अननोन हार्मोन की उन्होंने खोज की जो कि उनको धीरे धीरे करते हुए सेल लाइफ की थ्योरी तक लेकर के गई. सो नेक्स्ट टू इट Ebright worked upon the hormone from the gold spot on the monarch pupa. जो अभी बात की कि जो बटरफ्लाई प्यूपा है monarch pupa, उसमें जो गोल्ड स्पॉट्स होते हैं उसको लेकर के उन्होंने बहुत सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किया and was able to identify the hormones chemical structure. पहले तो उन्होंने हार्मोन को आइडेंटिफाई किया, उसके बाद में और आगे एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किए तो उसका केमिकल स्ट्रक्चर भी उन्होंने आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया. Ebright and his college roommate James R. Wong जो है उनके कॉलेज रूममेट थे, both of them worked on it and explained how the cell can read the blueprint of its DNA. उस हार्मोन के केमिकल स्ट्रक्चर पे वर्क किया, उसका फंक्शन जानने की कोशिश की. Then they found out that this chemical helps the cell to read the blueprint of its DNA. Ebright graduated from Harvard University with highest honor. ये दिखाता है कि वो कितने पढ़ने में कितने बेहतरीन थे. He was so brilliant that he stood second in his class of 1,510 students. Ebright considered Mr. Werer, his social studies teacher, as a perfect person for him, who opened his mind to new ideas. Mr. Werer tells about Ebright. उनकी भी क्या राय है Mr. Werer की? Let us know about his opinion about Ebright. That he was competitive, but in a good sense. Ebright बहुत ही competitive थे, लेकिन एक अच्छे सेंस से कॉम्पिटिटिव थे. ही वांटेड टू विन बट फॉर अ गुड रीजन. Ebright was winning because he wanted to do the best job he could. So यही उनका जीतने का कारण था, because he always tried to do his best. So that is it about it. And now the turn for some important questions and their answers. So let us see what can be some important questions and how can you write their answers. So first question could be like this: what made Richard Ebright become a collector at an early age? उन्होंने बहुत ही छोटी सी एज पर बहुत सारी चीजें, fossils, rocks and these kind of butterflies and other things he had started collecting. So ऐसा क्या था जिसकी वजह से उनका इंटरेस्ट इस टाइप के कलेक्शन के लिए इंटरेस्ट उनका जो है बना? So let us write the answer. To write the answer you can write it: Richard was the only child of his parents. जैसा अभी हमने बताया था कि रिचार्ड जो है अपने पेरेंट्स के सिर्फ इकलौते चाइल्ड थे. So therefore he had no company at home to play with. So he started collecting things in his spare time. He could collect coins, fossils, rocks and butterflies as a hobby. सिर्फ as a hobby उन्होंने ये काम शुरू किया था. So the next question could be like this: what role did Ebright's mother play in his success to become a scientist? ये हम लोग कह सकते हैं कि अगर साइंटिस्ट बनने में सबसे बड़ा किसी का रोल था उनकी लाइफ में, it was his mother, because she gave all the equipments whichever were required for him. And second is, he always motivated him to do experiments. So let us talk about it. Richard's mother would buy microscopes, telescopes and other equipments for him. She arranged trips for him and found learning things for him. She never gave the things for playing. She always gave him the things for learning. The book that she gave to him, titled as The Travels of Monarch X, given by his mother, opened the world of science to him. So all these contributions that I have written in short, you may write them in some more words as well. You can expand the answer by elaborating it. So this is how. So this was the contribution of his mother in his life to make him a good scientist. Let us talk about more questions. So why did Richard lose interest in tagging butterflies? बहुत दिनों तक उन्होंने कोशिश की, बटरफ्लाइज को टैग किया, उनकी जो है माइग्रेशन को चेक करने के लिए, बट फिर उनका ऐसा क्या हुआ कि उनका इंटरेस्ट ही टैगिंग में खत्म हो गया. सो टू राइट दिस आंसर यू कैन चूज सच काइंड ऑफ आंसर. Richard raised thousands of butterflies that I know in his basement, tagged them and released them to study their migration. This was the purpose of tagging the butterflies. But soon he lost interest in tagging butterflies. Reason? Because only 2 of his tagged butterflies were recaptured. सिर्फ इतनी उन्होंने हजारों की संख्या में बटरफ्लाइज को टैग कर करके छोड़ा था, बट उनमें से सिर्फ 2 ही बटरफ्लाइज को रिकैप्चर यानी पकड़ा गया और पाया गया. एंड दे हैड ट्रेवल्ड ओनली 75 माइल्स फ्रॉम वेयर ही लिव्ड. और जहां वो रहते थे वहां से सिर्फ और सिर्फ 75 माइल्स तक ही उनका माइग्रेशन हुआ था. दैट इज वाई ही लॉस्ट हिज इंटरेस्ट एंड स्टॉप्ड टैगिंग बटरफ्लाइज. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कुड बी लाइक दिस: what did Ebright learn when he didn't win any prize in county science fair? That is very important question. कि जब उन्होंने काउंटी साइंस फेयर में कोई भी प्राइज नहीं जीता, then what did he learn? उन्होंने क्या सीखा? So we had talked about it. Let's once again try to write the answer for it. When Ebright didn't win any prize in county science fair, he learned that science is not making a neat display. जैसा कि हमें पता है उन्होंने frog tissues का एक display तैयार किया था, slide बनाई थी. So he learned that making a neat display is not a real science, but it is something related to real experiments. उन्होंने ये चीज सीखी कि science is something related to real experiments, not a neat display of slides. Let's talk more about the questions. Mention any two of the Ebright's contributions to the world of science. दो उनके जो बहुत ही important contribution जो रहे हैं scientific world के लिए. So what are two of his most or two of his best contributions to the world of science? So let us write the answer. Two of Ebright's contributions to the world of science are, as I found in the lesson, first of all, Ebright discovered a hormone that was necessary for the growth of a butterfly. उन्होंने उस हार्मोन की खोज की जो बटरफ्लाइज की ग्रोथ के लिए बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट और नेसेसरी होते हैं, जो जब उन्होंने उन गोल्ड स्पॉट्स को प्यूपा के स्टडी किया था. देन आफ्टर दैट his other important contribution proved to be his study of how cells read their DNA. जो ब्लूप्रिंट होता है डीएनए का, वो सेल्स कैसे रीड करती हैं. when he studied the function of the chemical structure of those hormones, so then he just proved it that cells read the blueprint of their DNA. So these two important contributions had been there from Ebright to the world of science, as I found. You may write it as it is. Another question is, Mr. Wheeler pays a glowing tribute to Richard Ebright. So what did he say? Because यहाँ पे मिस्टर वीरर ने एक ट्रिब्यूट अपना जो है एक तरीके से उनकी तारीफ की है मिस्टर रिचार्ड एब्राइट की. सो उनकी तारीफ में मिस्टर वीरर जो उनके सोशल स्टडीज टीचर थे उन्होंने क्या कहा है, उन्होंने क्या कहा था, कैसे तारीफ की थी. सो लेट अस सी व्हाट डिड ही से. मिस्टर वीरर, एब्राइट सोशल स्टडीज टीचर, प्रेज्ड हिम फॉर हिज ब्रिलियंट माइंड. सबसे पहले तो उन्होंने ब्रिलियंट माइंड की तारीफ की कि ही इज वेरी कॉम्पिटिटिव एंड ही इज वेरी ब्रिलियंट एज वेल. His curiosity and a will to win. एक सबसे बड़ी चीज उनकी क्यूरियोसिटी, हर बार वो हमेशा क्यूरियस रहते थे और इसी वजह से उन्होंने पहले प्यूपा के जो गोल्ड स्पॉट्स हैं पहले उनको देखा और कहा दे आर नॉट ऑर्नामेंटल. सिर्फ ये उसमें एज एन ऑर्नामेंट नहीं है, दे हैव सम फंक्शन टू द लाइफ ऑफ द बटरफ्लाइज. तो पहले वो क्यूरियोसिटी जगी, फिर उन्होंने देखा कि नहीं इसमें एक हार्मोन होता है दैट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर those gold spots, and after that he found that this hormone is really important for the development of butterflies as well, and after that he found the chemical structure. So these all things he kept on finding just because of his curiosity and a will to win for the right reason. और सबसे बड़ी चीज थी वो हमेशा उनमें जीतने की इच्छा रहती थी, that was just for right reason. So according to him Richard Ebright was competitive but इन अ गुड सेंस. कॉम्पिटिटिव तो थे लेकिन एक अच्छे सेंस के लिए कंपटीशन करते थे, नॉट इन अ बैड सेंस. सो दिस इज हाउ यू कैन आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन टू. लेट अस फाइंड सम मोर क्वेश्चंस. हॉबीज प्ले अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन वंस लाइफ. जो हॉबी होती है ना वो कभी कभी जो है, कभी कभी नहीं हमेशा, अगर उन हॉबीज को हम अपना परस्यू करते रहें सो they play a very important role in our life. Elaborate this in brief with reference to this lesson, the making of a scientist. इस lesson के साथ में इस जो एक saying है about hobbies, how can you prove this saying? So let us check. Richard Ebright started collecting butterflies as a hobby. पता है हम लोगों ने जो collection उन्होंने शुरू किया था not only of butterflies but of other things, but he continued with butterflies as well. For the collection of butterflies उन्होंने बहुत सारे butterflies को, thousands of butterflies he reared there in his basement. So as a hobby इन्होंने start किया था और उसके बाद फिर butterflies में ही उन्होंने बहुत सारे research कर डाले. This led him to research and discover many things like the role of hormone in the growth of pupa as well as the theory of the life of cell. So this is how hence hobbies play an important role in one's life, we can surely say, by understanding these examples from Ebright's life, because Ebright had started this work as a hobby that led to the discovery of different important things related to butterflies that changed the theory and mindset of the people about the butterflies and as well as some hormonal structures. So let us talk more about some questions. What were the factors which contributed in making Ebright a scientist? ऐसे कौन कौन से फैक्टर्स थे जिनकी वजह से एब्राइट एक साइंटिस्ट बन पाए? साइंटिस्ट बनना इट इज नॉट सो इजी, बट कुछ तो ऐसे फैक्टर्स, कोई रीजन रहे होंगे जिसकी वजह से एब्राइट साइंटिस्ट बन पाए. सो व्हाट हैड बीन दोज फैक्टर्स इन हिज लाइफ? लेट अस टॉक अबाउट देम. अकॉर्डिंग टू द लेसन, 3 क्वालिटीज ऑफ एब्राइट कंट्रीब्यूटेड इन मेकिंग हिम scientist. अगर लेसन आप पढ़ेंगे तो of course you will find them. The lesson talks about those 3 valuable qualities of a bright. These qualities are first of all a first rate mind. जो उनका mind था, it was a first rate mind. Means he never thought negative, he was always positive, and he was a competitive, and he did the competition in a right sense. Second thing, a sense of curiosity. Curiosity तो उनमें बहुत ही थी. And third thing, a will to win for a right reason. हमेशा जीतने की इच्छा, वो भी right reason के साथ में. So these had been 3 special qualities in Ebright that made him scientist. Let us talk more questions, and one more question we will take as a value-based question. So Richard Ebright displayed a well-rounded personality. जैसा हम लोगों ने देखा है रिचर्ड एब्राइट ने कि जो पर्सनालिटी है एकदम वेल राउंडेड पर्सनालिटी. अगर हम गौर करें उनकी पर्सनालिटी को देख करके, लेसन को पढ़ें, उनके बारे में जो ओपिनियंस हैं उनके टीचर्स की तो और जो भी हैं उनको देखने के बाद हम पाएंगे कि ही इज नॉट ओनली अ साइंटिस्ट, ही इज अ वेल राउंडेड पर्सनालिटी. सो डू यू एग्री? ऑफ कोर्स वी एग्री. सो एलिसिडेट इट इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ द गिवन टेक्स्ट और लेसन. तो उनकी लाइफ को इस टेक्स्ट के साथ में हमें प्रूव करना है how he was a well-rounded personality. To write it, let us have some examples from his life. Richard Ebright was a genius. Richard Ebright's genius थे, of course, no one can deny it. It is obvious as by the time he was in his 2nd grade, he managed to collect all 25 species of butterflies around his hometown. क्योंकि 2nd grade का एक student 25 species जो बटरफ्लाइज की हैं वो कलेक्ट कर ले, इट इज इटसेल्फ अ काइंड ऑफ रिकॉर्ड फॉर एनीवन. नो चाइल्ड हैज सच काइंड ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी एंड जीनियसनेस इन हिम. सो रियली ही वाज अ जीनियस एज वेल एज हिज क्यूरियोसिटी वाज सुपर्ब. सो एट द एज ऑफ ओनली when he was in 2nd grade only, he was able to collect all 25 species of butterflies which were found around his hometown, and to classify them. Even not only found, he classified them in categories and he also told their names as well. He also loved to collect coins, fossils and rocks. सिर्फ butterflies ही नहीं, coins, fossils and rocks भी collect करते थे. Science was not his only passion. अगर हम देखें उनकी लाइफ को तो साइंस वॉज नॉट ओनली, इट वॉज नॉट हिज ओनली पैशन. सिर्फ साइंस ही उनका जो है पैशन नहीं था. ही वॉज एन एक्टिव मेंबर ऑफ हिज स्कूल ओरेटरी क्लब. स्कूल की ओरेटरी क्लब के भी एक बहुत ही एक्टिव मेंबर वो रहे. एंड मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस क्लब, उसके अलावा मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस क्लब के भी वो रहे हैं. एंड वॉज एन इफेक्टिव डिबेटर. उनके बारे में जो हमने ओपिनियन पढ़ी है मिस्टर वेरर की, सो कहते हैं कि बहुत अच्छे डिबेटर थे एंड अ पब्लिक स्पीकर. He loved photography as well. उनको फोटोग्राफी भी काफी पसंद थी. Next to it, we can talk about him. He was a good canoeist. Means he loved some canoeing. Means it is a kind of adventurous activity, and an all-round outdoor person. He was an all-round outdoor person. Learning was easy for him, so he found it simple to devote time and energy to many other interests. क्योंकि learning उनके लिए बहुत easy थी. That's why he could spare some time for other activities as well. क्योंकि लर्निंग कोई डिफिकल्ट थी नहीं तो ज्यादा टाइम उनको लर्निंग के लिए नहीं देना पड़ता था. सो उस बचे हुए टाइम में दूसरे इंटरेस्ट जो थे वो अपना उन इंटरेस्ट को अपना टाइम देते थे. ही बिकेम अ चैंपियन इन वॉट एवर ही डिड. जो भी उन्होंने किया उसमें एक वो चैंपियन बने, कभी फेल नहीं हुए. ही वॉज ऑलवेज सक्सेसफुल. ही बिलीव्ड इन द स्पिरिट ऑफ कॉम्पिटिशन टू विन. वो बिलीव तो करते थे कॉम्पिटिशन को जीतने में, बट ही डिड नॉट विश टू डिफीट अदर्स जस्ट टू विन. लेकिन सिर्फ जीतने के लिए दूसरों को हरा देना, सिर्फ जीत के लिए, he never believed in it. He had the spirit of competition to win just for a good reason. He wanted to win by doing his best. So thus we can say that he displayed a well-rounded पर्सनालिटी, इस तरीके से हम कह सकते हैं उनकी एक बहुत ही अच्छी वेल राउंडेड पर्सनालिटी थी, सिर्फ और सिर्फ साइंस उनका पैशन नहीं था. सो दिस इज हाउ वी लर्न अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स about the life of a Bright, and this is all about the lesson which I found is really important for you, and you will also find it important. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. We will meet you in next lesson with next video. Thank you.